Welcome back to another My Two Good Hands video. We are here working on a boat part that's behind me. We're going to show you some details why we're working on this. But hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, post notifications on. Amazon links below to shop. Anything you buy does help support the channel, and boy, do we appreciate that, because it keeps us going and keeps us motivated and keeps the channel going and gets you more easy how-tos. So let's take a look at what we've got here. This is off of our boat, and we'll show you what happened and what we're going to fix and how we're going to do it. We're going to walk you through the process. So here's a boat seat. You can see the vinyl cracked a couple places. See how that cracked there? So we're not going to make it this fancy. We're going to use one material like this and sew it nice, but we'll give it a good look. But here's another problem. Oh, look at this here. Boy, that wood all rotted out in here. You take a look in here. Look at how this wood is all rotted. So we bought ourselves some marine plywood. So we've got our tape measure, and we got some issues here where this is like not really where it ought to be. So we got to kind of line this right here. There's a step. And I don't know if you can see that step in the camera, but see the step here? We're a little bit worried about this step. That step has to be there. So you can see that there's a notch here. That notch is approximately 1.25 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a drawing like this. Put the arc on here, this way, this way, this way, up this way, across this way, down this way, and this way. Now, we can measure across here, and you can feel the wood. And you can feel that wood's right there and right there. And that wood is at 17.25. So here is 17.25. Now, things you have to watch for. How far is it from here to this corner over here? To this corner over here, we can come in against the wood again. But against that wood. And against here we are 58. So we are 58 edge to edge in that direction. Now here's where it's going to get tricky. There's an offset here, right here. There's an offset. So we got to measure this offset, and it's approximately 1.25 inches. So this is 1 1/4. So we're going to have to make that notch in that piece. All right. Not really a problem, but we can do it. And then we've got this piece here, which this one here is actually 15.75. So this way we are 15.75. All right, across this way. It's this way. So that's different. So we have to keep that in mind. This piece is pretty straight. So we're just going to put this on here against the, that goes against the wood out there. I can't get it without going over there. And we are 59 on this piece. So this is 59 in this direction. Now remember, what we're going to do is we're going to put a seam here. So we'll have to figure that out. But this piece has got to be 59 long. That piece has got to be 58 long. We're going to have to figure out those cuts. So the best thing to do right now is to get out our saw and our wood and cut that. But what we're going to do is, since we got this down here, we're going to start taking this fabric off so we can see what the underside looks like. And that way we'll be able to get all of our radiuses and everything transferred correctly. So we're going to get our trash can, and we're going to get a tool to pull staples. We're going to try a couple different pliers. Got this pliers with the real thin noses. Maybe we can get staples out with that. A lot of these staples aren't going to be in very tight. The other thought is we just go in the fabric, in between the fabric, and pull up, and maybe that'll get us a lot of the staples. It looks like it will. It pulls pretty easy. Yeah, be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to get yourself poked by a staple. And we're going to keep doing this, and we'll bring you back. It's going to take a while, and we'll bring you back. So we're back. We went around and we picked all these staples out, and now what we could do is pick up the wood and kind of peel everything away like this. Get the wood out of here. And we're going to be careful. We want to treat the wood kindly because it's got a bunch of rot. I'm going to go lay it out where we can measure. Now we're going to try to get this other piece out. A little more difficult here. A lot of edges, but we should be able to get this. Okay. We're going to take this rotted piece, put it over by the other one, how it goes, so we don't have any mistakes. There we go. Now this part here, you can see there's more wood to it. What they did was they put an extra piece of wood in the front edge to make it stick up and to attach their tuft. Now we're not going to do the tuft. We're going to make one piece, so we're not really going to need those pieces of wood. But that's, so this piece here, we're going to trash this. We got new cushion coming. And you want to have new cushion because if you could take a look at this cushion, look at all the mold and everything it's got in it, fungus and what have you. So we're gonna throw all this out, just like this. Okay, we're gonna go get the saw and start cutting some wood. Okay, so we're back to work on this. We bought a 4x8 sheet of marine. Has to be marine, all right, because it's a wet environment. Marine plywood. Now keep in mind, our cushion, we ordered cushion. This is a 2-inch cushion. I measured it is 2-inch cushion. It never was real nice, so we ordered 3-inch cushion. So we're going to be able to do a 3-inch cushion, and we're going to be able to put that extra wood in there too. So, hey, this is going to work. We're going to show you how we make patterns once we have the cushions and everything cut and how we figure it out. So it'll be easy for you. But right now we're just going to lay out the wood to make what we had here. Now, before we cut this apart, we made ourselves a nice drawing. And the nice thing about our drawing is we've got all the dimensions we need. We know we're 58 here and 59. 59 this way, 58 this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure over 59 and we're going to cut a big piece off. Then we're going to cut a strip at 17 1/4 and a strip at 15 3/4. When you're moving your wood, wear your gloves. This marine plywood stuff is nasty stuff. When you get slivers, you get all pussy and infected. And like we said, we're just going to use a circular saw. We set the blade depth right there. I don't know if it's there. You can see that barely goes through our wood. All right. So that's for safety for one, and for two, since we're just on the dirt here, we don't want to cut up the grass too much or dull our blade in the dirt. So we'll cut a little grass, but we won't cut any dirt. So we're going to make this cut first. Then we're going to make the 2 cuts. Then we'll make that little cut. You can see how different lengths, different widths, because that's the way the other piece is. So we're going to go lay these on the others. We'll bring you back. We'll show you how we're going to make templates. Hello. So, hey, we put a new blade in the saw, and we're ready to go again. I'm going to go set my screwdriver, my solder, My saw's plugged back in. Make sure you unplug your saw when you change the blade. So we kind of got this one. We'll have to do a little grinding on it. We'll bring our grinder out in a minute. Here you can see same sort of deal here. We're going to use our grinder for welding, but we do have a flapper sander wheel on there. It is 40 grit. I'm going to put that up there. Woo, fell in the bush. And we're going to take this and we'll get you a little closer for this so you can see how it goes, what we're doing. Come in like this. Well, this brings us now where we got to go fit those two pieces and figure out our corner. So let's go look at that. So we are starting with this piece, and we're going to take this piece and lay it up on it like this. And we are going to fit it so that it fits really nice down here and over here. So that is fit really nice on there. Now we're going to get our other piece of wood and lay it on there. If you look at this one, we can look and see what's rounded. This is what's rounded. But we know this goes on here like this. But we have to figure out where it goes in reference to some of our dimensions from our old drawing. We know that there's an inch step up here. Right here, there's an inch. We know that inch. We're going to get our tape measure and find our inch there. Now, this piece we know goes on top like this, and we can push it right where it needs to be, everywhere. And we know these have to come together, so we got to move over. Let's put this right where it needs to be. Okay, right there. Right there, right there. Okay, so that's beautiful there. We do have to measure our inch here. That's a little bit, about an inch there, so we could take and make our line here. That's our 1 inch line, but we have to close this gap. So what we have to do is come in here and mark where this is, but we got to bring this in. So, because we're going to cut a line across here. So we're going to bring this in. Approximately here. I know we're way crooked. Now remember, we got our sheet with our numbers. So we can check our numbers. And we know that that direction is 58. So this dimension here should be 58. And we are at 58. So since we're at 58, we know that we're going to cut this. We're going to put a seam through here. We're going to start here, right where this joint is. You can kind of look straight through. So that's where it is. And then we're going to come to here. So what we're going to do is take that piece off of there, and we're going to come across there with our level, make a line. That's where we're going to cut the one, and then we'll lay it on the other one and cut it again. So that'll help us out. So let's get this off. Being careful to never rotate these boards. Right there. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this with a saw. We'll cut that with a saw, and we'll come back with it cut. You've seen the cutting part. Then we'll lay it back on here like this with the other pieces on top, and we'll be able to figure out the cuts on this one. Matter of fact, this one we could actually mark now. We can mark it here, and we can mark it right here. We can mark it like this. As we're going to have to take some of this corner off here, make that nice. And that's how it should be. All right, and this one should be good, so we should be able to mark that. So I should be able to take this off now. Lay this down here again. Keeping in mind that this ain't got to be perfect, because you got fabric in there. That's where we're going to seam it. We're not going to do it the way they did, because we're bringing it to the boat 2 pieces. Okay, we are back. So now we are going to lay this down this way, right about here. We're going to get this piece on top. Again, make sure it looks good. It's perfect. I'm going to put this piece on here, just like this. Again, fit that up. We're going to get this piece put on top. This has got to go up a little. Got a lot of rot there. Oh. Interesting, there's a little step over there. Not sure about that, but we'll figure it out when we're at the boat. But let's get our marker and mark this. Hey, other than that, everything looks pretty good. We're going to continue to save these till we test fit on the boat, but you can see what we got. Let's take these off and set them aside. We won't lose them. But we're not going to keep them in the garage either. So we're going to come in and cut that one little notch out, and we're going to take this to the boat and test fit it and see what we get. So we'll bring you back after the test fit, because then we're going to do some more layering. We are going to take one of these and turn it into a piece that goes in here like this, small, to screw the two together. So we'll upholster it, go to the boat, we screw a little piece of wood where nobody will see it, put it in, perfect. Don't forget to like and subscribe, post notifications on. Amazon links below to shop. Anything you buy does help support the channel, and boy, do we appreciate that, because it keeps us going and keeps us motivated and keeps the channel going and gets you more easy how-tos. So let's take a look at what we've got here.